Beware of Jelqing. Oh, God.
Or I legitimately feel terrible for young men. I've said this before, I legitimately feel terrible for young men in the modern age because the internet is constantly...
When are we switching to the game? Soon. I'll probably move one of these reacts to Friday, but it'll be like a 5.5 hour, 6 hour stream.
Contaminating their mind with what it means to be good looking or what it takes or what you need to be successful as a man. There's so much I could talk about on this subject here because the young male audience is highly monetizable, so there's a lot of these ghouls that have recognized that they can get a ton of doubloons by creating a problem and selling the solution to this audience about, like, you need to be having sex 3 times a day, otherwise you're a complete failure and you're less of a man for it. If your jawline isn't chiseled, if you don't have hunter eyes and a cantle tilt, you will actually never see a boobie in your life.
Oh my god, I hate that fucking, the mogging noise. Or what is it called? Nah, not mogging. Looks maxing or some shit. Where they're like, where they do the fucking... Is this it? I think this is it. Mewing? No. They do that? Fucking so annoying.
Your only hope. I can be your savior if you buy my course. Otherwise, get ready for a pathetic life of virginity, you swine. And it even extends into the fitness industry. I'll blow the lid off of this one right here, so get ready. Almost every fitness influencer you see online is on gear, but some of them...
Facts! Well, it depends who. But anybody that's usually really big's on gear. Some sort of gear. Even if it's not, like, straight up trend, they're probably on, like, SARMs or some level of fucking steroid slash fucking hormone enhancer.
Them pretend that they're not...
Joe's on gear? Dude, I actually got weaker. I think I look more toned, like, in general, but check, guess how much I weigh? I lost weight. Like, I weigh, like, 176 now. I weigh less than 180. The most I ever weighed was, like, I think 186, 188. I've lost, like, 10 pounds.
Saying that they're natty.
I've been the same size for a while.
And they push supplements and other products onto their audience under the belief that...
Where's the abs? Fuck you. What do you mean, where's the abs?
Can look like them, even though it's impossible because they're not on the same gear or anything. But they'll still say shit like, hey...
Somebody said, how tall are you? I'm 14 and 140. You're barely heavier. Dude, I weigh 36 pounds more than you. That is a drastic difference. That is a drastic... Like, I know you're saying, oh, I only weigh 36 pounds more than you. That is so noticeable. I'm 6'1", I would say.
Got these new pills in. It's, you know, eucalyptus urine extract. So boof one of these in the morning and you have a 6-pack by night. You can use code WAYMIN at checkout.
Yo, that bullshit-ass ab flexor, you ever see that shit? The stimulator that people sell? Where it's like some dumbass, it's like in the shape of a 6-pack, and they're like, put this on your stomach and just turn it on, and it'll give you a 6-pack. It just fucking stims your stomach to flex. It's not actually gonna fucking do anything. Charlie for the 3. What's your deadlift? I don't deadlift.
And it's all just a bunch of fucking dirty barnacles.
Maxing out's kind of fucking stupid.
It's all just a huge money-making
Used to be into that. No, not really.
Scheme. The young male audience right now, I feel, is more insecure than ever. And that means that they're buying more bullshit than ever. And the one I want to focus on today is looks maxing in particular. Curtis Connor recently did a video on looks maxing, and it's a banger. I think he covered it really well. However, there was one very crucial component of looks maxing that he decided to sit on the sidelines for and not do. And I don't fully blame him. But I go where men dare to tread. I'm not afraid. He shied away from doing Jelqing. Looks maxing incorporates Jelqing, depending on whose courses you're buying or whose advice you're following. And Jelqing is an old friend. Well, definitely not a friend. An old arch nemesis of mine. This is an old internet meme. From back in like 2009, 2010-ish, I can recall, somewhere in that general ballpark. And fundamentally what
Don't tell me Charlie's jelked.
Is a penis enlarging exercise where you masturbate a certain way in order to enhance your size over time. Now, for obvious reasons, I can't pull up any video tutorials that demonstrate the technique. I can't show any of the diagrams or any of that go over this advanced maneuver. So we're going to do this the old-fashioned way, old natural. I brought a tool here, a little instrument that we're going to use to showcase the Jelqing jutsu. So there were a couple techniques back in the day. So, you know what, let me go ahead and give you my origin story with Jelqing, because I actually have a personal connection to it. It's an old friend. Rather, not a friend at all. We weren't on friendly terms. An old arch nemesis. If you've been around the channel for a while, you'll know that when I was really young, I got most of my advice, my life advice, through the internet. Mainly Reddit, a little bit of 4chan as well.
Gosh.
And back then, Jelqing was kind of popular as a meme. But no one really subscribed to the belief that it would make your cock bigger or anything like that. Some people did it as a joke, or some people did it because, I mean, you had nothing to lose at the time. So there was a few techniques that floated around. I'll showcase both of them on this banana here, my helper.
He's about to mangle the fuck out of that thing.
So the most popular at the time was the old hook method. And what you would do is you'd hook one finger around your cock at the base, and then you'd really, like, hard, slowly, like, go up towards the top of your penis, like you were trying to squeeze toothpaste out of the tube. And you would do this for, like, 10 reps. And you'd do this for, like, oh. Okay. We didn't need the stem of the banana anyway. We can still continue the demonstration on this part. So you would go through this process for, you know, whatever your rep range was. And by the end of it, the idea was...
I can't even commentate on this. I'm just sitting here watching this, dude. This is fucking astonishing. I thought Jelqing was when people would put, like, weights on their... I just didn't know what Jelqing was, I guess. I thought Jelqing was, like, when people would hang weights or something to, like, stretch.
Stretching the blood vessels and stretching all the tissue in there, so over time... that would be its new norm, like this stretch state. It would grow it over time because it's constantly being forced to stretch. However, there was never any real scientific evidence backing that up. The other big one at the time was you would take like this, and you would go from top and base, and you would kind of like you were playing a fucking small accordion or something. You'd go back and forth, just like rubbing it together, and then I had a little spillage out the ass end of it. And what would happen over time is the same thing. Again, stretching the blood vessels and the tissue and all that, and supposed to grow your wiener. But, as you might imagine, it doesn't really work. It never really worked. There was never any evidence for it other than, like, anecdotal shit, which I'm pretty sure were just trolls getting people to keep doing this, because what it does do, and what is very well documented, is it damages your penis, and it can actually lead to impotence.
Yeah, I'd assume so. You ripped the banana in fucking half while trying to show how it worked.
And I have a personal story in regards to...
No, dude, this gets worse? Oh, this might be a harder watch than the Royalty Family video. I might be wrong, chat. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through this. Wow, we're already 5 minutes through? I feel like I just fucking went into a coma for a minute.
Jelqing because I have tried it. Like I said, I got most of my advice online, and being an insecure young man, I was miserable. I hated...
And motherfuckers say I have TMI. Right? And I'm talking about poop stories and shit and how I've shit myself or drank my own piss by accident. Bro, Charlie's about to tell a personal Jelqing story.
My appearance, I hated pretty much everything about myself. So I thought, why not? I'll give it a fucking whirl. So I did it, and I hurt myself. And I think I told a story not too long ago where I did like a pseudo Jelqing exercise one time and actually had to go to the walk-in clinic because I could no longer piss. Basically
What? What? He couldn't pee?
What happened is I damaged everything internally in my cock. Like, just threw everything out of whack. It was all cattywampus, and I was no longer able to pee, and it swelled up like a giant fucking head of cauliflower. And that is something that does happen with Jelqing. There's no real right way of doing it. There's ways of doing it that don't hurt you, but nothing really grows your cock through Jelqing. And this has been well known for over a decade. But now, since everyone is so insecure because they're constantly being fed all of this ridiculous information and all of this awful advice and all of these terrible courses from terrible people, it's led...
People are selling Jelqing courses? Who the fuck is buying that? Like, what the fuck? This hurts? Yeah, I know.
to Jelqing being dusted off and being preached as a real thing. So there's a lot of people that legitimately have been jelqing to try and grow their cock because they're not satisfied with their size. Spoiler alert, no matter how big your dick is, you always want it to be bigger. I'm 6.5 inches and proud, yet
Oh my god, yo, this is the most insane Charlie video I've ever seen. Like, genuinely the most insane Charlie video I've ever seen. Slippery for the 3. I'm 6'2", 180 pounds, bench 225. You got me back to the gym. Wanted to thank you for that. I'm the only Joe Bart girl for the sub. Oh, yo, that shit is fucking nuts. I bet they have a lot of buyers. I doubt that. Yeah, I had to ban that chatter, buddy. You know who I banned you. You're being a fucking weirdo, dude. Just relax. I'm the only Joe Bart girl for the 3. Never get bits before. I have a question. What's your opinion on the worst haircut? What do you mean, what's my opinion on the worst haircut? What's the worst haircut?
Would love if my wiener was a little bit bigger. Every man in the world would. But jelqing is not going to be the thing that gets you there. And you also don't need it. Despite what a lot of the looks-maxing community tries to indoctrinate the audience into believing, you don't need an 11-inch fucking sledgehammer. You don't need a fucking 15-inch battering ram that the police could use to bust down the door of a crack house. It's once again trying to prey on the insecurities of people online. That is the main thing right now that is generating so much money and why you see so many of these things popping up frequently. Now, I don't think every single thing about looks-maxing is evil. Like, I do think there are people online that are just sharing generally good advice and calling it
right for the sub.
Looks-maxing. Super simple shit, like...
I think base looks-maxing, like, people saying, like, fucking eat a better diet, chew gum, because that helps, like, your base fucking facial muscles or something like that. Like, that's not bad. And 4 for the sub. But if somebody's selling, like, a jelqing course...
brushing your teeth, taking a shower, or if you're unsatisfied with your physical body, working out and giving advice on...
loud for the sub. Or for the 3. I had my notifications also wondering why you weren't streaming.
on, like, going to the gym, where to start, things like that. All of that's totally fine. Like, that's all good, positive stuff. Absolutely. Eating healthy, great. But then there is that evil side of it, where it starts talking about... if you don't have a jawline that could cut glass, you're going to be alone forever because it's the main thing women like, or the hunter eyes instead of the prey eyes.
People tell me I have a negative canthal tilt. Anybody remember that trend where it was like my eyes like droop like this instead of like this or something? It's like cat eyes versus like I got like droopy eyes or some shit. Oh, it's over, man. Oh, negative canthal tilt, dude. It's fucking wraps, man. Oh, what is that? It's like a line that you draw over your eyes. And it's for men specifically. And it's like what kind of tilt you have. It doesn't fucking matter, man.
Or if your dick isn't huge, and then they start, like, selling courses on, like, jelq-maxing and, you know, fucking jawline exercises and shit like that. It gets really bad really quick. But anyway, jelq at your own risk. I personally wouldn't recommend it, but I'm not a doctor. I don't know what's best for you. Maybe you'd see incredible results. Who knows? I think probably not. I think what's likely to happen...
yeah, I gotta get off this video, chat. We watched it, though. We watched it. We got through it. It was a hard watch, but we got through it. It was rough, though. It was. Alright. Chat, fucking lock back in here. I gotta go pee real quick, and then we're gonna watch probably 2 more videos, and then we'll get into killer frequency. Does that sound good, chat? Yay or nay?